Hot breath. All right. Can you say your full name, sir, to the mic?
Like my full name?
I mean, your name. It doesn't have to be a government name. It could just be your name.
Like the name that I want to say?
Yeah.
I'm Rob Haze.
Rob Haze. Thanks for being on the show, man.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
No problem, man. Let's get into it. You won 2015.
I won 2015.
Skullfest.
In the Skullfest.
You made it.
I won the whole year, but I also won the Skullfest.
Well, I got to ask from a family perspective. I know you've had jokes about you bombing a friend of your dad and him not being thrilled, and you quoted your sister saying...
You're going to try to make me cry in the introduction? Is that what you're going to do? Hey, Robbie won the Skullfest. Let's talk about those bombs. All right.
Well, no, it's about... I'm just saying you won the Skullfest.
Yep. But you're not that great. I understand.
It was more about your dad seeing you bomb and him not being thrilled about you being a comedian.
He didn't come to the Skullfest and I won.
And then, but your sister said, that being a comedian is like the worst job you could have. So has there...
Yo, who have you been talking to? Huh?
Is
this an intervention?
I've been researching.
Are you trying to get me to quit?
Oh, no. The exact opposite.
I'm on the fence right now, Joe.
Okay.
This.
Okay. This is public knowledge.
No, you are coming at me right now, yo.
Well, the whole point of this was to ask, since you won the Skullfest, as if their point of view has changed.
Yeah, I don't think that. Bombing in front of my dad was more of an effect on me, I think, than an effect on him. Like, that was just more me psyching myself out. And when my sister said that, that's when we were in high school. Like, I was young. We both were young. So, and I think her opinion has changed. I feel like she probably doesn't even feel that way anymore, especially after, more knowledge of stand-up. What do you know about stand-up when you're that age? You know what you saw in The Fresh Prince, and that was people making fun of people. So that's why she said that was the worst job, because she said that it's the worst job because her opinion of it at the time was people getting paid thousands of dollars to make people feel horrible, to make fun of people,
So it's seen in a different light now.
Yeah.
So they're supportive.
Oh, yeah. They're fully supportive.
Well, that's what's up. How is it? That's the case. Your family life is good.
It's good. It's good.
How about your life after the Skullfest? What has changed?
Man, just sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy out here, man. I mean, what these people do for somebody. No. No, it's the same. It's the same. My life hasn't changed too much. I mean, I don't know. I've kind of already had the moments where people kind of switched up. So now it's just like just putting a battery in that switch up again. Like I guess I've already had kind of some stuff happen where people were like, "Oh man, Rob's here," or "Oh man, we gotta be nice to Rob because he might." I don't know what they think I'm gonna do. I don't know if they think I'm gonna just become Tyler Perry and open a studio in East Atlanta or something. I don't know what they think's gonna happen, but yeah. But I feel like I'm beyond the switch up. I don't think people can switch up anymore.
Well, you're certainly someone who, as a compliment, all right, you're funny and you're able to navigate the network side of the industry. Some people
a little bit.
Some people can navigate, but then when they get on stage, they're not funny. You're able to do both.
True.
So what do you think? What is kind of your strategy, maybe, or what have you done that you think other people don't when it comes to the networking aspect of stand-up comedy?
My focus is not on networking. My focus is just on the stage, just trying to be, the best performer I can be. And then, I mean, most of the opportunities I've gotten have come from just doing good work, and then the right people seeing me. I mean, every now and then I'll make a decision, and I'll be like, I don't know, like we'll have to choose between shows and stuff, and I try to, like, for the longest it was just like, what's the longest set? It wasn't about the money, the distance. It was like, who's gonna give me the most time? Okay, you got 20 minutes over here in the back of this shed versus 5 minutes in this club. I'm gonna go to the shed and do 20, just because I wanna know what 20 feels like, So it just depends. And then, like, later, I'll be like, man, I should have went to the club. But, initially, I went to the shed, so,
Right. Started from the shed, now we're here.
Now we're here, yeah.
But has the Skullfest gotten you more work as far as longer shows in clubs and environments like that?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. There's definitely longer work that comes from that, and the expectation is like, all right, this guy, if he's got, you do 5 minutes, then you do 7 minutes, then you do 8 minutes, and it's all of like, against other people doing their best stuff. The assumption is this guy has the time. He's, a headliner, and so when I do those gigs, it's like I'm ready to prove it. I got it. I can do it. And I don't know. Doing a longer set is it's all about like pacing. It's all about like figuring out what the audience like being able to control them the entire ride. It's a lot about control.
I know you just recently headlined the Improv, and you're doing it again in May.
Yep,
I believe. Is that May 28th?
Yeah, guys, May 28th
Yeah.
come out. It's gonna be crazy. Last time was crazy. That was like the most fun I ever had at the Improv, and that made me realize like when they say just go and like you just go as long as you want, it's like ooh, I can go into like some cool places, like some places I haven't been since, and some places that I don't know where I'm gonna go, and that's cool and fun and stuff.
You found some moments to build on that headlining set?
Yeah, of course. Some moments to build on, some moments that I can never have happen again, some stuff where people are like, man, I didn't know that, and now they know. I don't know how many tickets I'm selling with this. Like we just talking about me bombing and
that was
doing stuff. Don't base your opinion on what you just heard. All right, base your opinion on what we're talking about. We're talking about how I'm funny. I might not be making you laugh right now, but we're talking about how I can make you laugh.
It's a nice aside from Rob Haze. So you're doing more headlining gigs now. Do you think you have enough experience as a feature that you're ready to headline?
I don't think that makes sense. I think I got good at 5 minutes by doing 5 minutes. I got good at 20 minutes by doing 20 minutes. The only way I'm going to be good at an hour is by continuing to do an hour. So I'm still like very young in like the hour side of things, but that's my focus right now.
So you've been headlining some clubs, but also
a little bit.
Also some colleges as well.
Yeah.
So how do you compare and contrast those two processes?
Different audience expectations. Like a club, pretty much 21 and up. College would be 18 to 21-year-olds. So, and mainly 18 and 19-year-olds. So you got people who don't have the same experiences. They don't get the same references. They're more sensitive at a college. But then also, the college, they'll let you, sometimes they'll let you play more. Sometimes, you can, get the thing going and ride it out, as long as it goes. And in the club, there's certain expectations. You got comedy fans there. You got people there who kind of used to a certain thing. And so you got to kind of give them that. Or if you depart from that, then, you got to be ready for them to kind of not be ready for that a little bit,
Do you prefer one over the other?
Right now, I prefer people who want to see a comedy show. Like if I do a school and it's a bunch of people that they like, oh man, well, we're going to give y'all hot wings, but before that, we got a comedian. Then that's not as fun as doing a school where everybody's like, oh man, I never seen a comedian before. Man, I'm so excited. You know, you're here, you know, you're here in this town. Like no one ever comes here. You came here, you know, like that's always great. Or, you know, doing a club full of people who are like, man, we want to see comedy, or we want to see you, or I saw a picture of you and I was like, man, this guy gonna be funny, you know, versus going to a place and they're like, oh man, we thought it was so-and-so tonight. No, he's here tomorrow, but you know, Rob's here.
We got this guy.
Yeah, we got this guy. So it's just, I just like audiences that are like receptive. Like they don't even have to come to see me, but they just gotta come to see comedy, and then I can work from there.
Well, you talk about a lot of the colleges being like, oh, there's comedy. I've never seen comedy. But then they're sensitive.
Yeah, they're sensitive because they don't know that certain lines are gonna be crossed. Like either their expectation is that you're just gonna go on stage and be the worst person ever, or their expectation is that like I don't know what they expect, but they expect you're gonna get everyone to laugh and not push any buttons. Like I guess they want Fozzie Bear to come on stage or something, you know, waka waka waka,
right?
You know, he killed. Yo, Fozzie gets a college bread, man. Oh, shout out to Fozzie Bear.
You need to follow him on Instagram.
I'm trying to open for Fozzie Bear, but it's hard because you know
soon he's gonna be one to open for you, man.
Sure, I hope so, man. You know,
you're building a lot of good momentum.
It's gonna be expensive though because you got to bring him, you got to bring his handler, you know, you got to bring the dude that puts a hand. You know, I don't want to put his personal business out there, but you know, he got some dudes with some hands. But we're not gonna talk about that.
It's an insurance liability as well. Well, clearly, I mean, you've been rubbing elbows with people like Fozzie Bear.
Yeah. Fozzie Bear is crazy, man.
How's that affected you on the business side as far as representation? Where's your status on that?
Do people talk about that on podcasts? Do they talk about who's representing them? Yo.
Oh, like names?
Man,
no, I'm just talking about...
I represent the South. I represent Atlanta, you know.
And Orlando.
A little bit.
A little bit of Orlando.
Yeah. Where are you getting this from, yo?
What are you talking about?
Who have you been talking to, man? How do you know about Orlando?
This is Google.
This is on Google?
Yeah. If people don't know, Rob Haze was voted in Creative Loafing as one of the top artists to watch in the city. And in that article...
Just people to watch. Like, if you
go
in general. People watching, like, watch me.
So, yeah, and that was just mentioned in that article that in your childhood, it was you started in Atlanta, went to Orlando, and then came back
to
Atlanta.
We moved to Orlando when I was 1, and then from 1 to 7, we lived in Orlando. Then we moved back here to Atlanta when I was, like, 7. Yeah, so during the OJ trial, we moved back. And I don't know if those years are crucial or not. I feel like they do affect the way I speak. I feel like I don't have an Atlanta accent because I learned how to talk in Florida, but at the same time, I don't know if they affect like I don't feel like I always feel connected to Atlanta, but I don't know. When I think about those days, I don't think about Orlando. I think about like Saved by the Bell.
Do you remember Orlando?
I just remember what I was watching on TV. I remember, like, The Simpsons and Martin and Living Color and stuff. I don't remember, like, a little bit. We played street hockey, and we went outside and stuff. It was never cold, you know, shorts year-round and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's the early years, you know?
The early years, yeah. Well, that's where the seed was sown.
Yeah.
It was in Orlando to make you the man you are today.
Yeah, that's where I first got introduced to Fozzie Bear, was when I was in Orlando.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
A good time. Well, we're grateful you came back to Atlanta because now you are making waves in this city.
And we don't even have bodies of water. It's amazing how I'm doing that. And sound waves, radio waves, waves from the audience when I'm walking through the crowd after the stage dive. and my sets with. That's what I do now. I do my closer, stage dive.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they carry me to like the back of the club, and I take pictures with people.
That's why they call you the Hazenator.
That's why they call me the Hazenator, because I'll be back. They book me again.
Did you stage dive when you opened for Chappelle?
No. They told me, hey, we know, we heard about your closer, and that's why you're here, but you can't jump off the stage. So I was like, all right. So,
what was that experience like?
oh man, it was crazy. It was fun.
One of the greats.
It was one of the greats, and I got to see him perform for free. Like that was like the best part. It was like getting to see Chappelle like 7 times,
man,
for free.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Was
like,
it all different?
Like people, like I was like 6 months before that, I paid like $70 and went to see him.
As did I.
And I was happy about that. I was happy that he was back. I was just happy that I got the chance to like see him, and like not only did I get to open for him, but I get to like open for him again. Then I get to open for him again, and he sees my set. You know, and he's like telling me like, "Oh man, that joke's funny," blah blah blah, and I'm like, "You're you." Like what? Like,
yeah.
You know, it's like, man, like forget getting the like. I think Chappelle Show's one of those things that like got everybody's wheels turning about like stand up and just comedy, period. And it was so funny, and everything it hit on was everything I cared about at the time. You know.
And what did you learn from seeing him 7 times?
So much. I mean, there was so much that didn't. He's so comfortable on stage. You know, like I mean, he'd have a foot on the speaker. Like I'd be scared I'm gonna kick it over or something. He just have like one of his jokes. He would just lay down on the stage and just be like in his body language, is like, guys, listen to me, you know? And then also dealing with, like, people love him so much that they want to, like, yell out stuff. You know, they want to, they can't hold it in. He's got catchphrases on catchphrases, and they want to let him know what catchphrase affected them, and him being able to handle that. And taking, like a theater, it's like 2,000 people, but the vibe is not like you're in a room with 2,000 people. Even to the point where he's like, anybody got some cigarettes? And like somebody like freaking throws some cigarettes. Like somebody with an arm has cigarettes. Like a bunch of people. And then he's like the only person who can smoke in the building, and he's just smoking, and it feels like he's just smoking and talking to him, you know? Amazing.
What did he have for you? I mean, as far as you said he liked that one joke. Were you guys able to interact with each other? Was he approachable?
I was able to talk to him a little bit. I mean, I wasn't on the bus with him, but I was able to talk to him a little bit. And yeah, there was a moment where he told me like one of my jokes was funny and stuff, and that made me feel like the world. Like
that's amazing.
I'll never stop doing that joke.
Right, of course.
You can't tell me it's that good. What is wrong with y'all? Did you know that when the guys of comedy told me this joke was funny? Like, I'm going to be doing this joke like 15 years. I'm going to just keep changing the date on it. It's just like, you know what? The other day, like, what do you mean? Y'all don't relate. Don't y'all know?
The other day on my iPhone 3. That's got to be something.
I pull out my razor, right? And then get a BlackBerry message from my homeboy. And he said, no.
Something to cross off the bucket list for sure, man.
Yeah. That wasn't even on my bucket list. I didn't even think of that as a possibility. If you was like, write down your goals, I wouldn't write that down because I'm like, it's not going to happen. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna do that. I'm also gonna be on the cast of The Fresh Prince, too, season 7. They're gonna bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, and I'm gonna ride rainbows. Like, it just didn't seem like it was a real thing, you know?
Well, what goals have you written down?
I wrote down a bunch of goals in 2011, and then my book bag got stolen. and they stole like all my notebooks and everything. And then a lot of those goals I like accomplished. Like those are my 5-year plan. I've already accomplished a lot of that stuff in less than 5 years. So I realized that like I don't dream big enough to write down goals. Like I need to just like, I don't know. I guess I wasn't realistic, you know, about like how things were going and the rate of things and everything. So I don't know.
I mean, you're clearly, one of the hottest acts around right now, and you've based in Atlanta. I mean, where do you see the trajectory going? I know a lot of people from the city have moved to LA or New York. Are you like a homebody? You want to watch this scene keep progressing?
I'm trying to move to Cleveland, man. LeBron moved there, you know, Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith. And I mean, you know, Kevin Hart, he did Seriously Funny there. And if I'm going to take funny seriously, I need to go to Cleveland. So I think I'm gonna go take my talents to Cleveland.
That is a wise choice.
Yeah. Ohio's a good state. You know, they just won the national championship football. So, I mean, if you want to watch sports, I mean, that's where all the athletes are. So, I get them to co-sign me. You know, like LeBron James, he's got a show. You know, he's always on ESPN. So all I need to do is, you know, write for his press conferences and stuff, and then sooner or later you're gonna see me. So
have you ever been to Cleveland before?
I've been before. Yeah.
And waves.
No, I didn't do comedy there. I just went to a family reunion. But yeah.
You have performed in New York though, right?
Yeah, I've performed in New York.
How was that?
I performed in New York City. It was great. Every time I go up there, I love it. I just did a school in Oneonta, New York, upstate New York. It was negative 11 degrees. It's the coldest my body has ever been. Not equipped for the negatives. Like everybody else was just like cool though. It was like they were used to like it being that cold. Meanwhile, like I'm up there freaking out. Like I'm pumping gas and I sound like I'm having sex while I'm pumping gas. I'm just like, like I don't know why I was making the girl noises, but it was too cold. I saw a horse with a coat on. That's too cold.
Did it affect your performance at all?
Yeah, I feel like I talked about the weather for like 30 minutes. Like I feel like half the show was like, man, it's cold outside. You know what? Like the snow is like powder. You can't even throw it. And it's like, all right, yeah, we know that. Like,
we live here.
Move on. But you know something else? It's cold. Like, yeah.
They were a little sensitive to that material.
I don't know. I think they were like, man, if you don't stop reminding us how cold it is.
Right.
Also, up there, we went to this restaurant, and it was the Yellow Diner. It was something. It was a cult had the restaurant, and
a cult.
Yeah, a cult. And like the way the students came up, they was like, "Hey, you want to go to this restaurant? We take all the comedians there. It's started by a cult." And it's like, what? Like, what did you say? And like, you know, a cult. They do the rest, and we're like, what? They were like, but the food is good. I'm like, what the heck? So then we get there. The food was good, but like I went in the bathroom, it was like scriptures like carved into the door and stuff. And like all the people looked like they were the same, like either they were in a family, but they didn't look like, I couldn't put a finger on what race they were. Like they were like some new kind of, like
hybrid?
Some kind of hybrid, yeah, something was going on there. Like, I don't know. I never seen people that looked like that before. And it was all made of wood. Like, it looked like something out of like a Jim Henson production. Like, it was very Jim Henson-y vibe.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you prefer the Hotlanta to up in New York?
I prefer Hotlanta to a lot of places. I don't know any place else really. I mean, I lived in Athens for a couple of years, but other than that, I've only lived really in Atlanta.
Well, do you think you can get what you want out of your comedy career in Atlanta?
Yeah, I feel like I could. I feel like Me wanting to move would be me wanting to just venture out and experience other things in my life. You know, I think I don't think Atlanta has a limit as far as comedy as much as personally. You know, my experience is in this place that's very polar. You know, it's only black and white, and there's so much other world out there. There's so many other different types of people out there, and I kind of want to experience that maybe, you know?
Do you have a strategy to get into that mode, or you in the process right now?
I don't have a strategy. That's something I've been wrestling with is my lack of strategy. Very, very Bush-like with the way I've been going about things.
Well, you're good at goals. You've
We're
achieved all your
getting
goals.
political now, guys. Hard-hitting issues. That's right. 2004. Who you going to vote for? My money's on John Kerry. What do you think?
I'm voting.
Don't watch him throw a baseball.
I was just going to say I'm voting for Sanjaya.
Sanjaya on fire. He's going to wait 2 years till Sanjaya gets on American Idol. And then, was that 08 or 06? That was 08, maybe. I don't know. Sanjaya. Those are good old days.
Well, I like your optimism with the city of Atlanta, and you feel like there's a lot going on. But as far as the timeline of your career,
yeah,
where does it stand? Are you content, or you're hungry? You've been building momentum.
I'm hungry. You know, I need to either get in an accident, get shot or something, so I can really build the ultimate momentum. And you know, 50 Cent got shot 9 times. And that worked out for him pretty well. And then Kanye got in an accident. So I need something. I guess I can't do what they did to really make it. But what if a comic got shot 9 times and then did a special about it? That would be pretty insane, right?
That'd be crazy, yeah.
Or if a comic got in a car, I guess that happens all the time.
Shut,
with jaw wired shut, and did the special with his jaw wired shut, and the special was called Through the Wire. That would be pretty. That would be pretty crazy. That would be pretty crazy. So I need to get struck by lightning or something.
Something to strive for.
Yeah.
Well, I know beyond comedy, acting is another avenue you want to get into.
Yep.
So where are you as far as getting into that world?
I've been writing my own stuff and been trying to put stuff together because I realize casting people don't see the vision, I guess. They don't when they see me, they don't know what to do with me. Sometimes I have to read for stuff and I'll be like, there's no way I'm getting this. This character name is Guy with Dreads. I can't act a certain way to be Guy with Dreads. They want Guy with Dreads to act a certain way, I guess. And I guess I could act like that. But if they really want a guy with dreads, there's somebody out there with dreads. There's plenty of people out there with dreads.
Maybe you should just go to different castings. At least
yes, I'm here to read for a guy with dreads. I have the dreads in my pocket. If you want.
You guys do CGI, right? That'd be cool. Well, that's good. You're doing auditions, though. Are these more things you found on your own, or just through representation?
Just people find out about me, and then they send me stuff, and then I go do it, and then I never hear from them again. So I don't know.
So you definitely want to cross over into acting. You thinking?
I want to cross over into acting. I'm a real big fan of Louis C.K.'s show. I'm a real big fan of Woody Allen. I think Woody Allen's movies are genius, and I've been watching his stuff since I was in high school. So I just if I got into acting, it would have to be like that. It would have to be me just creating my own thing and then putting myself in it. You know? Yeah,
all you.
Yeah, Spike Lee's in a bunch of Spike Lee movies like that. Mm-hmm. It would have to be like that. I don't see anything coming and somebody just being like, I got this part and it's for you. Even if they do that, I'd probably still mess it up.
Well, why don't you think there's been more Woody Allens and Louis C.K.'s with that kind of autonomy on their art?
Louis' deal is crazy. No, most people are not with people in their ear not trying to do something like that. Like he goes to FX and is like, what's the most money you'll give me to not see what I do before I send it in? And they're like, this amount. And he's like, all right, well, give me that amount and you'll get 10 episodes. No one does business. No one should do business like that. If Louis wasn't a genius, whoever signed off that money would have to be in a meeting. They're like, well, like, I know this amount is pretty low for 10 episodes, but still, we don't have the type of money for you to just give to people blindly and then just get, like luckily, Louis is, like, making the best show on television.
And he's earned his stripes.
Yeah, but, like, you give 10 comics that amount of money and be like, yo, do 10 episodes. And they'll just be like, yo, I need more money. Or something, you know?
You say having that freedom is your goal, but now you're saying that it's almost impossible or nobody should take that kind of deal.
No, the deal is crazy, but what Louis is doing is not crazy. Like what Louis is doing is cool, and you don't need that type of, like, Louis is getting paid to do it, but if Louis made that show for the internet, somebody would pick it up. Like Louis just like knows what he's doing, so he can gamble like that because he knows what he's doing. And so, for me, I got to first figure out what I'm doing, but then after I know what I'm doing, there'll be no stopping me.
I mean, is money a big motivator in your career? Or are you just more of the expression type and you just get money that'll help you survive?
I just want, like, in anything I do, I just want it to be good, and I just want to be funny in it. You know, right now, so I'm not motivated by money because I don't have anything. So, you know, it's not like I'm in a place right now where I don't think I could turn down anything. Like I'll do anything. Like if I'm available, I'll do it. Like when I turn down something, it's because I got something else. Like, and I can't do both. Mm-hmm. So it's none of that. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't like I think I would rather just do great stuff than try to, like, the highest grossing comedian. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy. I want to be like, man, Rob did good work.
Well, you're certainly on your way, Rob Haze.
Yo, thank you.
I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Is that it? This is the end of the show?
Yeah.
You just ended like that?
Yeah. Did you need anything else?
Yeah,
we
man.
We touched on everything. We touched on family, Orlando, bombing, highs and lows.
I don't know,
what do you need, man? What do you want the people to know?
I want the people to know more, man.
All right. Tell them.
Yo, I got this, like, rash on the back of my neck. I don't know. Like, I scratch it, and it gets worse. I'm just wondering what I should do about that.
I would say, in my professional opinion, to not scratch it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yo, can you take a look at it?
I guess I could.
All right. Thank you. That's what I needed.
That's what you want people to know is, but guys, I'm an up-and-coming comedian on his way to the top, and I have a rash. That's what we want to know.
Yeah, the rash was my artistic choice. I really don't have a rash, ladies. You can feel it on the back of my neck if you want to find out.
But if you did have a rash, it's on the neck. It's not contagious on the neck.
It's not contagious on the neck.
Well, I mean, where you are right now in your career, just in the few years you've been doing stand-up, did you even see yourself as making this many gains this early?
No, I thought my neck would be in way better shape.
Yeah.
I did not, but I did. Like, I don't, you know, I'm not arrogant, but at the same time, I always saw I think in everyone's head is the narrative of, like, you know, a star is born. And then,
Absolutely.
Like the first time you walk in a comedy club, you look at all the pictures and like, one day my picture's going to be up in here, you know? So yep. I feel like that's in everybody's head. But at the same time, that doesn't mean because it's in your head it has to happen. So sometimes it's like bugged out. Sometimes it's like really tripped out to think like, man, like I remember when I knew nothing, but I thought, oh, I'm going to be up there doing good. And then like I was up there and eventually I knew what it felt like to be up there doing good. And then it was like, you see somebody close out an open mic, you're like, oh my God, I just want to close out an open mic. And then you close out an open mic, you're like, and that was nothing. And then, you know, so it's still bugged out, you know?
Do you worry about getting too much too soon?
No.
You don't feel like there's any hesitation as far as maybe not being prepared for a next level?
No. Because that's part of it. Part of it is getting too much too soon. The first time you work on a weekend is too much too soon. And the first time that you feature is too much too soon. The first time you close out an open mic, first time you close out a coffee shop. You know, so you just keep going. All I can do is just try to do something every day. Try to do something every night. Try to just keep at it as much as I can and just be the best Rob that I can be at that time. So, I don't know. And comedy is one of those things where, like, it all evens out. Like, if you think, like, oh, I'm going to, like, put the cheat codes in and skip this level. No, not in comedy. Mm-hmm. You still got to make people laugh. If they come to me tomorrow and be like, Robert, you got to host the Oscars to like this year, then it would be like, what? Then it would be like, what? This way too much too soon. Nobody's gonna know who I am. This is crazy. Who do I hire? What do I do? You know, but that's not gonna happen. But at the same time, if I'm put in that position, I'm not gonna be like, well, I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. Like, no, I'm gonna watch the movies and try to be like, we'll get unknowns every year. Right. That's a crazy scenario, but hey, if the Academy's listening, holla at your boy, man. Y'all know where to find me. Not in Orlando.
Anymore.
He's got
roots there,
know, yeah. I'll come to you, yeah.
Where can they find you?
2016 Oscars, I'll look out. They haven't picked the host yet, so, I'm not going to rule that out. I'm on Twitter, at Robert is the man on Twitter. I'll spell correctly. You can find me on Instagram, Rob Haze, ROBHAZE. That's also, I have a Facebook page and a Facebook fan page. I'm at under 5,000 friends on Facebook. So if you want to be my Facebook friend, I add everybody now. It's like, there's no number crunching anymore. It's just trying to get to 5,000 so that when people add me, they be like, well, he must be legit. He's over the limit. What else am I on? I'm on Snapchat. Haze Rob, I don't know what I'm doing on there, and I'm scared to use it when I'm not in Wi-Fi, so it's mainly stuff from my house. But
have you found social media to help your career?
It doesn't hurt it. Like, I remember seeing Tourgasm, that show with Dane Cook, and he said, like, you got to get on stuff when they first start. Like, he blew up off MySpace, right? Mm-hmm. But, like, he, before MySpace, was hitting everybody up on AIM. He was on AOL real heavy. Wow. And he got those people to go to MySpace. Like, Lil Duval got the MySpace people to go to Twitter, Kevin Hart got his Twitter people to go to, Jeff Dunham got his email people to go to YouTube. So whatever the people blow up on, they get their following from a different platform. So whenever I see something, I get on it because if I blow up on something like that, it doesn't have to go away. Like yeah, it goes away for the people for that. That's all they have. But if you have a legit stand-up show and you blow up on social media, there's no stopping you. So it's important, but I haven't figured out my lane in that yet, but I'm still learning.
It's a necessary avenue, though.
It's a necessary avenue, yeah.
Because there are cats like DC Young Fly, over 2 million followers.
Yeah.
Done stand-up a couple times, but can get booked.
He did
the
Phillips
wazoo.
Arena last night. He opened for
sorry?
Mike Epps at Phillips Arena
Wow.
last night. Yeah.
Wow. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, the I
hustle?
don't know them. Yeah.
That it can be
I
that
wasn't
easy?
on the show bumped. Like, it wasn't like I was about to go up and they were like, oh, whoa, hey. I'm sorry. I know stage dive is going to be crazy, but yeah, not tonight, buddy. Like, no. So, yeah, that's great. You know? It's great for him.
That's what's up, man. You've bestowed a lot of wisdom.
I hope everyone becomes wiser by listening to me.
Anything else you need him to hear, Rob Haze?
La 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 la. Yeah, that's it. That's what I needed them to hear.
Cut. That's what's up. Nice job.
Oh, thank you.
And you're staying in Atlanta?
I'm everywhere.
You're everywhere?
I'm everywhere.
You're not going to move?
I'm going to Tatooine.
Tatooine?
Yeah.
Are you going to leave us? You're
I'm
going to go to New York or LA?
I'm gonna be a pod racer.
You leaving us? You're going to be a pod racer?
Mm-hmm.
So, you're staying here?
I'm going to the mothership.
Well, don't leave us. Remember where you came from.
No.
ATL.
They're gonna probe me. I'm gonna come back. ATL. Yeah.
Already. All right, Rob Hayes. Didn't get a straight answer on that one, but that's all right.
What do you mean? Straight to the moon.
All
Straight answer right there. You go straight up. I've seen Apollo 13. They did it wrong. You gotta make sure you don't have any problems, and then you go straight up.
All right, man. I think we did a good job. I think we learned a lot about Rob Hayes.
Yep.
And we look forward to seeing the trajectory of this shooting star.
Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you, Rob Hayes. Hot breath.